labelled as luxury, hand-picked, probably organic and grown in the hills of Burma. That's the sort of tea people who moved to the Silverbanks drank, I decided. "A little housewarming present," said Hugo. "That's lovely, thank you," I said. "And I hope you will be very happy at 9 First Avenue," continued Hugo. "I expect your daughter can't wait to explore her new home." "Pierre will have to wait a few more days," said Jasper. "She's staying with my parents to give us a chance to unpack." "Wise decision," said Hugo. "You'll be able to meet the neighbours without worrying about her running around." I was sure running around for Hugo was shorthand for causing havoc, screaming and screeching. "Can't beat the sound of children playing and laughing," I found myself saying. I looked Hugo directly in the eye, daring him to contradict me or challenge me on this point. And then, of course, there's Luna, our dog. Hugo fussed with the knot of his tie and cleared his throat. No, of course not. Anyway, the Residents Association are looking forward to welcoming you on to Silverbanks." "Oh, yes, the Residents Association," replied Jasper. "Hannah has already had an email from them about the fees." "That will be Elizabeth Rook. She's, how shall we say it, very proficient." Hugo gave an apologetic smile. "Used to be a children's governess back in the day. Treats everything as a military operation. Heart of gold. Really. Surprisingly, she's very popular at the school where she goes in to help listen to the kids read. Her bark is worse than her bite. You know the sort." I wasn't particularly convinced by the stream of idioms and wondered, in a nod to Hugo, whether we should pop on our rose-tinted glasses and overlook the red flags. After 11 years, I still second-guessed everyone. Trust didn't come easy. I would go home later and think back to the conversation, analyse every word and nuance, replay body language in my mind, and read between the lines, searching for a hidden agenda. I had to. It was the only way I could survive. 20 minutes later, we drove on to Silverbanks. We were no longer just tourists driving around ogling the gated driveways and high-walled boundaries, trying to catch a glimpse of how the other half lived. We were no longer day visitors strolling along the beach, looking up at the million-pound properties, so much so we would crick our necks from the effort. We weren't gawping at the glass-fronted balconies, the colonial-style cladding, Art Deco windows, sneaking a look through fencing at the swimming pools and manicured lawns, or simply staring wide-eyed at those who like to flaunt their wealth where there is only a low wall to mark the boundary of garden and beach. No, we weren't observers anymore. We were participants. That's what selling up our 2-bed terrace house in Twickenham, plus a sizable inheritance from Jasper's grandmother, had done for us. It literally opened doors that would have once been closed. A few short minutes later, we were standing in front of our new home. The sun was a golden globe against a sapphire blue sky, and the keys glistened like jewels in Jasper's hand. Jasper put his arm around my shoulder and kissed the top of my head. "Happy new home, darling." He passed the key to me. As I turned the key and pushed open the door, he scooped me up into his arms and, ignoring my squeals of delighted protest, he carried me across the threshold before twirling around several times in the oversized entrance hallway and putting me down.